Let me read you the synopsis of the book. Was in a slum, and then hurricane. It's very, very similar to when I'm listening to music. It's just sweet potato fry. Hi guys, it's Leanne here, and today on Tasty Talks, we are going to be making the most girl dinner you can find. First of all, we have, let me bring you closer, this Daya white cheddar mac and cheese. Apparently it's new, so it is gluten and dairy free, which is a must. Sweet potato waffle fries, and we also have Applegate Naturals gluten-free chicken nuggets. That's what we're doing. I also have my computer out here because I am currently trying to export this video from this morning. I kind of want to get this mac and cheese started. 8 cups of water in the pan. My parents are actually out at the moment. They literally just left. They are going out to dinner with some friends, so I thought it was the best time to. Now I'm gonna do 400. Bring this out. I'm gonna do 5 chicken nuggets. I really love these fucking sweet potato fries, so I'm gonna do more. Where's our rubber bands? I have no clue. We're gonna chit chat. I literally have nothing to talk about. I thought I did have a topic that I wanted to talk about, but then I forgot. So let me turn off this camera. I'm gonna be changing my topic up this time around. Usually I talk about real life situations, but today we're going to be hopping into a book. If you don't know, I actually love to read. I am in a bit of a slump at the moment. It's literally not the book though, it's actually me this time. Back in senior year, I read, it was like the 3rd or 4th book that I read senior year. I read If He Had Been With Me book, which is a really good book. It's a lot more romancy than I thought it was, but it was still a really good book either way. Let me read you the synopsis of the book. If He Had Been With Me by Laura Nolan tells the story of Autumn and Finney, childhood best friends who grew apart, with the narrative focusing on Autumn's reflections of their relationship and the events leading to Finney's tragic death. More detailed summary. So this is a summary based off of someone after they read it. It says, this book is about Autumn, who was always known as the weird girl in school, but she had one friend and at moments in her life she began to realize her love for that one friend, Finn, who also Autumn's next door neighbor and whose mom is best friends with Autumn's mom. They were friends since they were in diapers, and now at 16 their friendship has faded away. They both hang out with different crowds and like to do different things, but Autumn still sees Finn outside her bedroom window, reminding her of all the memories that they shared together. When Finn suddenly died in a car crash, everyone is interrupting that different things happened that day, but Autumn is the only one who really knows the truth. In lack of better terms, because I really don't want to get up and grab the book, it kind of leads up to the story of how he passed away, and it had a lot of twists and turns during the book that made it really good to read. That was one of the quickest reads I've ever, had. A year after I read that book, I found out that there's a second book to it. And so at the time that I had found out that there was a second book, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna read the books that I have, and then I'm gonna go and read that book. Now, I ended up in a slump for a very long time. It had to have been like a year or 2 years. So, and just for reference, this is actually made with brown and white rice. So basically, moral of the story is I was in a slump, and then Hurricane Ian happened. And then I read, there's another series that I like, which is actually from Holly Jackson. It's the very famous one. It's A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and I loved the shit out of it. I read every single book, and that is one of my favorite murder mystery books of all time, like series of all times. And I'm also one to sit here and tell you that I don't just read romance and I don't just read murder mysteries. I like a mix of both, and sometimes it's nice to switch off once in a blue moon. After this little like slump of my book read, I decided to start reading the If He Had Been, or what is it called? If Only I Had Told Her was the second book, which I'm currently reading. I'm about almost halfway through the book, and let me tell you, first of all, the first book goes between Autumn and Finney the entire time. It goes in between both characters. Now, I was a bit confused when I first started reading the second book. It was only in Finney's perspective. Now, I realized when I kind of like skimmed, not even reading, but like just like skimmed through each, like the entire book, that it actually goes from, so it goes Finney's perspective, it's about a third of the book, then it goes to his best friend's perspective, and then the last third of the book is Autumn's perspective. And so right now I'm in the best friend stage. It is such a good book. Like, I would recommend this book through and through because I literally love this book so much. And it's crazy because I'm not sure if everyone else relates to this, but when I'm reading a book, I almost dive into, like, physically dive into what this book is telling me. So like when I'm reading it, I'm imagining the book in my head. So like it's kind of like a movie playing in my head as I'm reading the book. And that's what I love about reading books. Now, if you don't know me, or if you haven't been watching my channel for a while, you probably wouldn't know that I love listening to music. And that was a quick 5 fucking minutes. I'm gonna look at the chicken nuggets. Okay, the chicken nuggets need to stay, but the fries can go. I started reading, or I started listening to music and a while ago. I'm talking maybe like 7th or 8th grade. And when I started listening to music, it was honestly just to listen to music. But I ended up, you know, becoming into kind of, this is gonna sound weird for some people, but, and others may understand, but I kind of honestly go into this fantasy world, and I honestly like get to choose everything that happens within that world, if that makes sense. It's very, very similar to when I'm listening to music. It's just I'm basing it off the book, like my fantasy world is off the book instead of, you know, thinking about it in my head. Honestly, it gets me out of my own head because, and this, I'm going to recommend this through and through for people who are avid overthinkers. And I'm not even going to sit here and bring astrology into it because of the fact that I personally love astrology. I'm going to take a pause because my camera battery is about to die. I will see you guys when I'm done cooking this meal, and then we can chit chat and eat together. I'm actually just using my phone because my camera battery is still dead. So I have the sweet potato fries, the chicken nuggets. Now I'm a bit picky with my chicken nuggets, so I hope I like these today. I haven't had them in a while. And then the mac and cheese. I've already kind of tried the mac and cheese, but this is what I really wanted. So good. It has a bit of a different taste to it because it's white cheddar, but the regular yellow American cheese would be phenomenal. Chicken nugget. I did good. Perfect. Sweet potato fry. I really don't remember what I was talking about, but I think that I'm talking about books on this podcast, so maybe tonight before I go to bed, I can motivate myself to read at least 2 pages. And I know 2 pages sounds so ridiculous, but the more the merrier. Or, no, that's not the saying I'm talking about. What I'm saying, what I'm trying to say is anything is more than nothing. I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of like more talks than cooks session, but I will see you in my next podcast.